Welcome to another Talking Out Cloud, the SourceFuse Leadership Chat Series. And today's topic will take a close-up look at modernization, especially in relation to databases and applications, overcoming common modernization challenges, and to achieve a smooth journey to transition. My name is Liz Grint, Senior Marketing Manager here at SourceFuse. And if you're still unfamiliar with who we are, we're a strategic digital transformation company. And for almost 19 years now, we've helped businesses evolve through cloud native technologies. And so today's topic is something we're passionate about. We've also been a day one AWS partner for a decade. And being an AWS Premier Tier partner, I'm really excited to be joined today by a guest from AWS, a true data professional with extensive experience working with data, data systems, IT infrastructure, and cloud migrations. And that is Sudarshan Roy, Senior Database Architect Specialist, who's going to share his insights with us today. Welcome, Sudarshan.
Thanks, Elizabeth, for your kind introduction. To introduce myself, my name is Sudarshan Roy. I'm a senior database architect based in Melbourne, Australia. I have over 20 years of experience, mostly on database space, both on Microsoft Cloud and also on AWS. I'm working in AWS for more than 4.5 years now, focusing precisely on SQL Server migration and modernization workload to either on managed services like RDS or to migrate those to open source engines like Aurora, PostgreSQL, and everything. So yeah, that's a quick background. I work on making customer life easier by simplifying their migration journey and to make sure they get the value from AWS Cloud while doing the migration. Yeah.
Thanks, Sudarshan. That's great, great little intro there. When we last spoke, I was amazed that, considering that around 85% of workloads remain on premises, what do you think are the primary obstacles that hinder organizations from starting their digital transformation journey? And how does AWS effectively address these challenges to facilitate a smoother transition?
Yeah. So given the significant portion of the workload is still on premises, some of the challenges what we see is like legacy system and tech debt, right? Many organizations have invested heavily in legacy systems that are difficult to migrate or integrate with cloud services. However, we do have solutions and we help customer to navigate those through challenges and help them to streamline their migration path. The other challenges which we see are like security and compliance concerns. Organizations are worried about data security, privacy, regulatory compliance in the cloud. So we do have robust security features and compliance certification to give that peace of mind to the customer, provide them the confidence in their migration journey again. And we also offer encryption services, fine-grained access control, which give them the real confidence so that they do not worry about the security and focus more on their data. Others, what I see generally, skills gap, like a lot of customers who want to migrate from commercial engine to a open source engine like PostgreSQL or MySQL, they need to get retrained. That's something is there. They also need to get retrained on general infrastructure related services on AWS. So like those reason we have AWS training, certification program, hands-on lab, and all those things. Finally, it's always come down to the cost and return of investment concerns, right? So there's always an uncertainty about the total cost of ownership, the return on investment of cloud migration, but we do have tools which can help them and show them what the value they get and how they can optimize the cost while migrating the workload to AWS Cloud. Yeah.
Fabulous. So a lot of support out there for people. Now, what do you think the specific role of AI can do when it comes to processes of database and application modernization? And, we can't leave out generative AI here. So what do you think Gen AI contributes to these efforts?
Gen AI, yeah. If I look into it, AI, including generative AI, plays a significant and increasingly important role in database and application modernization process. As for example, schema optimization. AI can analyze existing database schema and suggest optimization based on usage patterns and best practices. Generative AI could also propose a new schema design or modification to improve performance and efficiency. Query optimization, right? You can analyze the query pattern and suggest optimization for better performance, for better resilience. It can rewrite also complex query to be more efficient. Indexing strategies, data migration. It can also help in ETL scripts for data migration. Anomaly detection is something where AI is heavily used to identify unusual patterns or potential issues in database performance or data integrity. Predictive maintenance. AI can predict when database maintenance is required based on the performance metrics and historical data. Code refactoring is in this, that's where the majority of the work is going on. How you can migrate your code, your legacy code, and suggest refactoring to modern design pattern and best practices. So it can potentially rewrite a section of the code to be more efficient or to use modern libraries and framework. So yeah, these are some of the key areas where we are seeing generative AI playing a significant role in the modernization journey, in the migration journey from a database perspective. And more
Mhm.
to come, it's just not the end.
Yeah,
We are seeing is just we have scratched the surface. So we are
yeah,
actually going to see a lot more changes coming, which can help the customer in the streamlining their migration.
yeah. Yeah, we don't use the word ever evolving lightly because
Yes,
there's
yes.
always something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would also be interesting to hear from you about, I know you told us a lot about how what support AWS gives, but what about the support for customers to help them minimize their reliance on commercial licenses while they still maintain optimal performance?
See, there are commercial, a lot of customers do wants to move out of their commercial landscape, database landscape, and want to endorse or adopt, open source engine because it gives them flexibility, it reduces the cost. An open source engine like Aurora PostgreSQL is a highly enterprise ready database today, which we have. So yeah, majority of the things what I see is licensing is the key reason why they want to move out. And code refactoring does play a role. We have tools like Babelfish for PostgreSQL, which can allow them to run SQL semantics again on PostgreSQL without doing too much of code refactoring. So a small to medium scale application can easily be migrated through Babelfish. That's one example. I'm not saying all the example fits that bill, but definitely there is a value by using Babelfish to migrate those workload faster from SQL Server workload to PostgreSQL. Now, there are challenges again, as I mentioned earlier, migration, query optimization, alerting, capacity planning, application modernization. It's not just the database modernization, the application modernization do play a role. So we do see those are some of the areas where we need to pivot, where we need to focus on, apart from the database migration, to focus more on the application layer migration as well through the code refactoring.
Perfect. So for customers who are looking to start down a modernization pathway, how would you say engaging an AWS partner like SourceFuse would contribute to enhanced customer benefits?
Any partner, our AWS partners do play a very critical role, right, for our success. We do engage our partners like SourceFuse for our migration, doing a proof of concept with the customer to show them a quick value and help them even if once the proof of concept becomes successful, they can actually do migrate the production workload. So SourceFuse, our AWS partners do play a pretty critical role here to make sure once we do the assessment and discovery, it's all about showing the real value in delivering the migration journey, right? Means how the migration can happen. I have to create a workload. I have to scope a workload. Now someone has to deliver at the end of the day who can show them the customer, look, this is how you can do a migration. It can be a week's journey. It can be a multiple weeks journey as well. depending on the complexity of the migration. But a partner does play a role end to end from migration, modernization, along with the application journey.
That's great, Sudarshan. Thanks for that. And lastly, I wanted to ask whether you could provide some insights into the future direction of AWS with respect to further optimizing migration and modernization processes. What's in store?
Well, we just released and during reInvent few tools like Amazon Q for .NET, DMS, uh, schema conversion using generative AI, which are very interesting, which actually automates a lot of refactoring by itself. I'm not saying that everything will be automated, but it does make your life easier during the migration. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, exciting times, interesting space right now to be on. And we will see more coming, That's all I can say based on the recent announcement during reInvent. But I'm sure more in the pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I know we can't divulge any secrets here.
Yes, we can't.
So, no, exciting future ahead. And a huge thank you, Sudarshan, for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth, for hosting me today. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. And thanks as always to our audience for watching. Be sure to like and share this video, catch up with all our previous chats, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any future videos coming to you from SourceFuse.